Hi, we're here with Joel. Joel from WWE. He's going to answer a few questions for us. So first, Joel, can you tell us about your journey with wrestling, how it began, and what was your first training like?
Yeah, so I did judo for a long time growing up. That's how I got into wrestling, I guess, from that. I didn't watch it as a kid. I didn't have a TV or anything when I was a kid. It was a real remote farm. So I went to watch it
live for the first time. It's the first time I saw wrestling. And then about 16 years old, I was on the holiday camp circuit in England, just refereeing matches, but sort of learning at shows on the job. So I had a real lucky start there, and just went from there really. About 20 years now.
Great stuff. So you did some work for WWE and NXT. NXT and WWE.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, it was great. It's 2 years over there in Florida. Obviously got to work with a lot of the top guys that are on the top there now. So that was a really good experience. It's hard work, like real hard training, and but it was good. It was a good experience to do, and to be there and to be able to learn from sort of Ricky Steamboat and these sort of Undertaker and these kind of legends that would come down and train us was a real help, and something that I can pass on to the guys I train now. It's just stuff that I was told by sort of legends really of wrestling, and I'm just passing on to them.
Great. So, are you focused in on training now? Is that what you want to pursue?
Yeah, kind of. Because I just had a son. He's 10 weeks old. So I used to obviously wrestle a lot. And every weekend I'd be away for sort of 3 days, travelling up and down the country or around Europe and stuff. And I just kind of want to have a bit more time with him and see him grow up. So having the wrestling school just allows me to be a bit more based in Salisbury and spend more time with my family. I can sort of do a bit less shows, hopefully, which is the plan. But we'll see how that goes.
Great. So what are your plans for this year?
Just to get the school rolling. I had a good wrestling career, so I've been all over the world, and I've not got many things left that I want to do. I think in wrestling, I'm pretty content with what I've done, and now my job is to bring in the next generation in. When I started, there was like 3 schools in the country, so I had to travel for 3 hours to learn how to wrestle. It was hard, it wasn't many schools. Now there's a lot of schools in the country, but I don't know if there's a lot of schools, but I want to make a real credible school here and have a place where we provide the best, we bring out the best wrestlers, and I want to give the guys a chance to break out, because there's a lot of young wrestlers now up and down the country, and a lot of guys trying to break in. So when I started, there wasn't very many. It was quite easy to break in if you were good. Now there's so many people, it's really hard to get noticed. So trying to teach them almost a bit of a different style, and that sort of bringing it back to the mat and showing them something that's, I think, a gap that's missing in wrestling, being able to work like that and giving them a way of being able to branch out now and become wrestlers. And my job really is just to make them good. My career, I'm happy with what I've done. So what would make me happy now is to see these lads really get out there on the scene and make a big impression.
Great. Can you just a final question? Can you share your thoughts about Damian? What do you think?
A ton of potential. He's got the look, and like I've always said to the boys, I don't think you've got to be a bodybuilder to be a wrestler. I've never said that to anyone, but you need to have a look. You need to stand out from the crowd. A lot of promoters aren't going to watch a match. They don't want to watch a 20-minute match. They're going to look at a picture. Yeah. And if the picture's good, it's like your shop window, right, when you go shopping in town. If the shop looks run down and derelict, it doesn't matter what's inside, you're not going to go in there. If the shop looks good and it's flashy, you're going to go in and have a look. And it's the same thing with Damian. He's got the look that automatically people are going to look at him and go, Jesus, I want to see what this guy's got. So it's the foot in the door. So now my job is just to sharpen all the wrestling up so that when they use him and they want to put him on the show, that he can go and he delivers. So that's my plan now, really, because the look-wise is faultless. He could be a superstar. He could be WWE champion with the way he looks. He just needs to fine-tune some of the wrestling, and I feel like that's what I can offer him. Because my bread and butter is pure wrestling. That's what I've always done. I've never been a big character, so I think I can help now, just mould him into the wrestler that he could be. But I know he's definitely turning heads everywhere he goes. I mean, he's on the right track, and he's got a great attitude, and that's really all I ask for. Doesn't matter who you are when you come to the school. If you haven't got the attitude, it's a waste of time. It's all about effort. I don't care if you can't even do a press up. If you show me that you're going to try and do a press up, that's all that matters. That's all it really cares. So, yeah, I think he's got a big upside, and but we'll see how it goes. It's a hard business to break into, but I've got good hopes for him.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Joel from my gym in Salisbury. Come around for wrestling.